Super Happy Awesome Movie Time.
Hey, welcome back to Super Happy Awesome Movie Time. I'm Jim.
And I'm Drosh. In this episode, we are reviewing Hanna, directed by Joe Wright.
Hanna is a story of a teenage girl who's living up in a cabin near the Arctic Circle. Hanna, played by Saoirse Ronan, is being raised by her father, Eric Bana, to be the perfect assassin. I guess her mission is to kill the CIA agent Marissa Wiegler, who's played by Cate Blanchett, of all people. Galadriel.
Father and daughter encounter danger, and they have to separate. And Hanna finds herself on her own. She enters civilization as a complete outsider, unfamiliar with electricity or music or friendship. Her journey explores the human experience as seen through her innocent but deadly eyes.
While on the mission to reunite with her father, Hanna befriends a girl her own age, she discovers the truth about her past, and she grows into maturity.
This movie is everything that Sucker Punch wanted to be. I mean, it had the psychological and emotional depth, as well as a sense of real danger for the characters that Sucker Punch so painfully lacked.
Yeah, for me, it was really hard not to compare these to the Bourne movies. I mean, you got the super secret soldier with the mysterious past. They're very, very similar plots, but Hanna had a much stronger emotional core to it.
Yeah, I didn't make that comparison right off, but I agree. In addition, her father really didn't prepare her for the outside world at all.
No, she can field dress a wild elk, but she doesn't know how electric lights work.
She got a little book learning, but not a lot of street smarts.
Definitely. This makes for a flawed assassin, where Jason Bourne is a perfect one. Hanna sticks out like a sore thumb wherever she goes.
Hanna appears innocent, and in many ways she is. I mean, she grew up in a fairy tale world of a cabin in the woods and a single parent, but then she's thrust into danger and must somehow rejoin her father. But like many fairy tales, you don't always find what you're looking for, or you find something else along the way.
I thought what made Hanna interesting is that she's genetically altered from birth. This was done to not only enhance her strength and speed, but they repressed her capacity for fear also, which makes the risk she takes that much more understandable.
The father is no slouch himself, swimming across the Baltic Sea in a Speedo, or taking on 5 agents all by himself with no weapons.
Making life difficult for them is Cate Blanchett, who has a very personal grudge against them. So much so that she sends a hit team after them without sanctioning it through the government.
She's clearly the big bad wolf in this fairy tale, with an almost goofy Texas drawl.
Yeah, I found that a little distracting, but just a little.
Yeah, just a little. Let's talk about the family that Hanna meets.
Okay. She meets up with this hippie family bouncing around Europe, and they take her in to join their patchouli-scented Kool-Aid acid test.
Now, I didn't see them as hippies. I saw them as intellectuals, trying to expand the horizons of their already jaded children, being out on the road.
Were they in a bus?
Yes.
Were they homeschooling their kids?
I guess.
Were they summing up their views of the world in a quasi-Eastern New Age babble?
Yes.
Hippies!
I found that the friendship with the daughter was a very important part of the story. I think without that, we're just left with an ordinary revenge story.
The person who she befriends is also a girl who doesn't have a whole lot of experience making friends, but she's definitely more worldly.
She's more of a typical teenager, but she's alone too, despite traveling with her family. Would she still befriend Hanna if she had others her age to talk to?
Alright, let's get to the action. This is an action movie, right?
Yeah, there's action in it. There's not a lot of it, but...
Yeah, and what there is really doesn't bog the story down.
Right, the story is strong enough on its own that it wasn't like, this is boring, when's Hanna gonna kick some more butt?
But when the action finally did come, it was wonderfully done. Joe Wright really isn't known as an action director, but this was great. I finally got my wish to see the camera pulled back so we can see exactly what was going on.
You mentioned that in our Revenge of the Ninja review.
Yeah, this is where I really feel that Hanna was superior to the Bourne movies. There's the scene you mentioned before where Hanna's father Eric takes on 5 guys, and it's done in this one long circular unbroken shot. And the camera's pulled far enough back where you can really see Jeff Amato's choreography.
Jeff Imada?
Well, he's pretty well known in the over 35 karate movie crowd.
Uh-huh. Well, I really liked the soundtrack to this. The Chemical Brothers did a great job, and I was really aware that it was really good music.
Yes.
Without it being inappropriate in a distracting way.
Yeah, this was really more of a score than a soundtrack, you know?
Yeah, I do.
And the movie used it to enhance the images, not just put exclamation points on everything.
I tried to prepare you.
You didn't prepare me for this.
Run, little piggy!
Unlike some other movies.
Sucker Punch! The story uses a lot of fairy tale images and ideas.
There's this oddly whimsical man living near an abandoned amusement park in a fairy tale type house that mirrors the cabin she herself grew up in. And he's very caring and benign, the opposite of her father.
Almost creepy, but not quite.
No, it's not.
But the fairy tale theme is pretty strong in this, even to the point where there's a scene where the big bad wolf is literally at Grandma's house.
Or Blanchett walking out of the big bad wolf head. Well, that's a little heavy-handed.
I thought the ending was great, but a little abrupt. It left the door open for a sequel.
I can't imagine what that would be like.
We cannot let that happen.
No, no sequels, even if we have to kidnap Saoirse Ronan.
But mind you, we're nitpicking.
We are. I love this movie.
Me too.
The critiques we're making, we really had to dig for.
Yeah, I mean, during the movie, we were totally caught up in it.
I thought it was smart, atmospheric.
It was emotional, but not manipulative.
True, paper but not plastic.
Soft, but not unyielding.
Fish but not foul.
Dancing, but not prancing.
Hanna but not her sisters.
What?
Nothing. So this has been super happy, awesome movie time. Thanks for watching, and...
Are you expecting someone?
No. Hey Jim, it's Hanna.
Really? Oh, hey, hi, Hannah. Great to see you. Hey, we were just talking about your movie.
Movie, a series of pictures projected on a screen in rapid succession.
Okay. Well, anyway, we really liked it.
Really? That's great, because we're already talking about a sequel.
Oh.
I don't know.
Get her! Hey, we're not done here. Okote Inutori!
Sequels are never as good as the original.
And by the way, the sequel is going to be called Hanna 2. Hanna Saves Christmas.